Yo, welcome back to the channel. Kamusta sa inyong lahat? Alrighty, the 2.1 livestream just dropped and it was a whirlwind of exciting reveals, new maps, fresh characters, game-changing mechanics. There's a lot to unpack and to cover. And I know not everyone had the time or the patience to sit through the whole thing. But don't worry, I did the heavy lifting for you. In this breakdown, I'll be covering everything you need to know. Oh, and yes, we have a brand new fish-themed weapon that might just give the luxurious Sea Lord a run for its money. Move over, Genshin, there's a new sheriff in town. The 2.1 patch introduces two new 5-star characters. Phoebe, a spectral rectifier user who is literally just card captor Sakura if she got lost in a sci-fi dystopia. And Brant, a fusion sword user who clearly watches too many anime about grappling hooks and aerial combat. Phoebe will headline the first half of the patch while Brant will arrive in the second half, alongside the highly anticipated rerun of Chang-Li, because obviously the game wants to make it abundantly clear that these two were made to be played together. But that's not the important part. The real story here is what they casually threw at us in the trailer's final moments. 3 new characters, no names, no explanations, just vibes. First, there's a mysterious purple-haired woman surrounded by jellyfish, a design choice that clearly plays into the internet's ongoing obsession with elegant, ethereal oceanic aesthetics. She kinda reminds you of Rosemary, the shopkeeper from Raguna who everybody glazes over. Then there's a red-haired elf woman clad in green, exuding powerful queen energy, complete with regal horns because, as we all know, any character with horns is automatically a fan favorite. She appears to be a bard because what she's carrying with her appears to be a guitar. And finally, the reveal that shook me to my core. The cool, mature, and infinitely more majestic adult form of Cartithia. We all nodded and smiled at the existence of Cartithia, but let's be honest, this version is what we truly wanted. If she's not playable, I swear, we will riot. Speaking of things you'll want to get your hands on, let's talk about the weapons. Phoebe's weapon of choice is a prayer book with floating cards, a beautifully crafted artifact that represents her dedication as an acolyte of the church. It adds an elegant, almost ritualistic quality to her attacks, making every spell she casts feel like a divine decree. Brant, on the other hand, goes full anime protagonist with his sword, a massive blade engulfed in purple flames, a clear representation of his fiery bravado and high energy combat style. And if that wasn't enough, there's also a brand new 4-star rectifier up for grabs, designed to look like a fishing lure. Yes, you heard that right. A rectifier that doubles as a tribute to the art of angling. You'll be able to obtain it as a special event reward, and honestly, if you don't equip it for the thematic flex alone, you're missing out. Move over, luxurious Sea Lord, there's a new fish weapon in town. When it comes to combat, Phoebe's abilities allow her to fly and teleport across the battlefield, resembling a witch gracefully riding her broomstick. This makes her one of the most mobile characters in the game, and let's be honest, it looks ridiculously fun. Meanwhile, Brant's moveset takes clear inspiration from Carlotta and Camellia's attack animations, proving once and for all that the people calling his animations 4-star quality had absolutely no idea what they were talking about. His animations are nothing short of Sigma level brilliance, and if that wasn't enough, he also uses his grappling hook like he's the Batman, swinging through the battlefield with style and precision, adding yet another layer of flair to his already over-the-top combat style. Wuthering Waves is expanding its world with new islands and a secret underground area, the kind of hidden content that makes you wonder if the developers have been taking inspiration from Elden Ring. One of the most exciting new locations is Riccioli Islands, situated north of Renascita, and the only way to reach it is by boarding the newly introduced gondola. This edition offers a relaxing, scenic journey while also giving players access to an area filled with fresh challenges and surprises. But the exploration doesn't stop there. We'll also be descending into the vast lower levels of the Avarardo Vault, a subterranean labyrinth that promises danger, mystery, and, most importantly, a quality time trapped with Phoebe and Zani. That's right. For an undisclosed amount of time, we will be navigating this eerie underground complex alongside some of the most devastatingly attractive characters in the game. If this isn't fan service, I don't know what is. And then there's the fishing system. Oh, the fishing system. It's not your standard sit and wait mechanic like other games. This is an event-driven activity with its own mechanics, progression, and rewards. You're not just catching fish, you're becoming one with the water, mastering the phantom lure, and proving your worth as a true angler of the Wuthering Waves world. It's immersive, it's unexpected, and most importantly, it's absolutely necessary to your experience. Don't question it, just embrace the aquatic life. The latest hologram fight is against none other than Hecate. And the way they introduce this boss should be setting off alarm bells for every player. This is going to be one of those fights that tests your patience, endurance, and possibly your will to continue playing. And can we talk about the name? Who names a horrifyingly difficult boss Hecate anyways? It sounds like an old aristocrat who complains about the youth these days. But no, this entity is here to obliterate your squad and make your healers question their life choices. Echo presets have finally arrived, allowing you to swap builds without suffering through endless menus. Echo backpack storage has been increased from 2,000 to 3,000 slots, so you now have even more space for junk you'll never use, like those friggin' echoes that you've collected in the overworld. The camera system has been completely overhauled, meaning you can finally pan freely instead of fighting against a system that felt like it belonged in a 2003 game. And for those who like to push their hardwares to the limit, full ray tracing has been implemented, ensuring that your screenshots will now turn your PC into a glorified space heater. In other news, Wuthering Waves is finally launching on the Mac with a release date set for March 27, 2025. This is great news for the small but dedicated group of Mac gamers who have been waiting for their chance to dive in. This patch is bringing an insane amount of new events, including fresh endgame content. One of the highlights is Fantasy of 1,000 Gateways, a new weekly game mode that expands upon the roguelike gameplay we've seen before. And for those who missed Depths of Elusive Realm, rejoice! It's been optimized and upgraded as we speak and is expected to make a grand return in version 2.2. Another new challenge mode, Whimpering Wastes, lets players choose different tokens to power themselves up before facing off against a gauntlet of enemies. And for the first time ever, Wuthering Waves is introducing co-op overdash, allowing you to parkour with friends across the map. If that wasn't enough, there's also a brand new hologram fight against Hecate as mentioned earlier, which looks like it's going to be an absolute nightmare or an absolute banger. Good luck! And that's everything coming in Wuthering Waves 2.1. This patch is packed with content from stunning new areas to exciting new characters and some seriously game-changing quality of life updates. But what do you think? Are you hyped for Phoebe and Brant? Do you need Carlotta to be playable as much as I do? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss out on the hottest Wuthering Waves updates. See you in the next one. Maraming salamat po. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.